Difference between ants and people is size. Ants are obviously much smaller than us. The largest specimens can reach the size of a June bug, and the smallest are barely the size of the dot on the letter I. The tiny pharaoh ant, Monomorium phareonus, could crawl about on the head of a carpenter ant, Camponotus gigas, without much trouble, a size difference akin to that of a man and a mouse. In human terms, the nations of ants we've observed have been as tiny as San Marino and as massive as China. Colonies of the genus Temnothorax comprise just a few dozen insects and fit neatly inside an acorn. By contrast, colonies of leafcutter ants can number as many as 3 million, living in underground nests as big as houses. These are outfitted with extensive rooms, corridors, ventilation systems, humidity control, waste disposal facilities, and climatic chambers for growing fungus. These are cities of 1 million insect inhabitants, much like New York, but built entirely underground. Would humans be capable of creating and sustaining a similar underground world? Amid all these comparisons, we must not forget that when we talk about humans, we are only talking about a single species, Homo sapiens, whereas the world of ants boasts thousands of different species, some of which indulge in very different lifestyles. There are variations and exceptions to almost every pattern of behavior we encounter in this book, some of which only appear in a few species. But in many ways, almost all ants are the same, and it is these commonalities to which they owe their unique place in the world. The secret to success. The secret to ants' success is largely grounded in their attitude to life. Ask not what your colony can do for you, ask what you can do for your colony. An ant is helpless without its colony, but is always ready to sacrifice itself on the colony's behalf. Even the mighty ant workers of the tropical bullet ant species, Paraponera clavata, which can grow as large as hornets and have a sting so painful it can drive a person insane, die within a few days of losing their colony. But when ants work as a team, they are practically unstoppable. It's why locals abandon their huts when a colony of tropical army ants arrives to raid their farmsteads or villages. Pity the forgotten pets left tied up or locked inside by their owners. Another secret to their success is the sheer number of them. Nobody knows how many ants there are in the world. Some scientists estimate that there could be around 10 quadrillion. If that's correct, then there are 1 million ants for every human on the planet. Assuming that these little insects are, on average, less than half an inch, 1 centimetre long, if you lined up all the ants in the world, they could form a chain reaching from the sun to Earth and back 344 times. Or 10 times further, as far as Pluto, once the most distant planet in the solar system. These fun figures suggest that each ant's minuscule contribution is amplified by their sheer quantity, making them hard to ignore. An individual ant might not eat much, but altogether ants destroy countless tons of other insects every year. An individual ant might shift a few grains of sand, but together they can move mountains. And they have been doing it since they emerged over 100 million years ago, when dinosaurs still ruled Earth. Who really runs the world? These days, humans consider themselves rulers of the world, yet the world would be quite happy without us. Imagine what would happen if all the humans on the planet disappeared. Whole books have been devoted to this topic, and they have all concluded that no global catastrophe would occur. On the contrary, in time, nature would recover from our reckless reign, reclaiming towns and cities, producing new species, and returning to the state of biodiversity it boasted just a few thousand years ago. Of course, humanity is part of nature, But in many ways, our behaviour is no longer in balance with its natural cycle.